Bingo! Ha. See if you can find her.
Film that shit! As of now, Agent Johnson's recovery is considered a priority subtask in this operation. Standard remuneration package applies. Shots. Damn it. That must be it. Start.
Just chilling, huh? I ain't mad at it. Seems like we enjoying the ride.
Holy crap!
Wait on him to come.
Work speed to get the bad chemicals out of baby formula. We're working with governors across the country to get good food into the school lunch programs and to get rid of food chemical dyes and other bad chemicals in our food. We've shown now that this directly affects academic performance, violence in the schools, and mental health, as well as physical health. We are working with governors across the country to get cell-to-cell or mill-to-mill legislation to restrict the use of cell phones in schools, which again dramatically impacts academic performance. Today we announced a dramatic reduction in animal testing at NIH and FDA. We're going to switch over to AI, which we've now found is much more precise in identifying the impacts of toxics in various products. We're working with Elon, who's done an incredible job to eliminate the redundancies and to streamline operations at all the health agencies and to recalibrate our trajectory to your agenda of making America healthy again. And finally, the CDC has done an amazing job at getting the measles outbreak under control. We have about 680 cases now in 22 states, compared to the same outbreak in Europe, which is 127,000 cases and 37 deaths. Our numbers in this country have now plateaued. And I want to thank CDC for that. And we're trying to refocus the press. We've had 3 measles deaths in this country over 20 years. And we're trying to refocus the press to get them to pay attention to the chronic disease epidemic as you've asked us to.
Thank God.
We
Did Bernard
have
send
now
you?
38% of American youth are pre-diabetic. This was unknown.
We need to get out of here now.
And every child that becomes diabetic, there should be a headline about them. We have 100 million adults who are pre-diabetic or diabetic. And we have, we have now the autism rates have gone from now most recent numbers we think are going to be about 1 in 31. 1 in 20, so they're going up again from 1 in 10,000 when I was a kid. And we are going in your direction. We are going to know by September. We've launched a massive testing and research effort that's going to involve hundreds of scientists from around the world. By September, we will know what has caused the autism epidemic. We'll be able to eliminate those exposures.
So think of that. So it was 1 in 10,000 children had autism, and now it's 1 in 31. Not 31,000, 31. So that is that's a horrible statistic, isn't it? And there's got to be something artificial out there that's doing this. So you think you're going to have a pretty good idea, huh?
Damn.
By September.
I thought
There will be no bigger news conference than that. So that's it. If you could
GPS locks
come
on my
up
car?
with that answer, where
That was good work.
you stop taking something.
They told me I was heading to a
stop
deal.
eating something,
Figure
or maybe
it's
it's a
business
shot.
as usual. No clue they
But
did.
something's going to
Just had time to map it out. The next thing I know, there's a black bag over my head. I think they were trying to just sell me as leverage to the cartel.
That's a big number.
I don't know what the
Thank
hell
you very
happened.
much. You're doing
The deal
great.
went south.
Thank
People
you.
started dropping left and right. We got there just in time.
Well, Mr. President,
Shit.
one of your primary administration goals
No, I
is to
recognize
make
you.
sure that we unleash American energy.
Thank you very
Of course, the strategy behind
Just give me a
it is
second
we
to
do
get
that.
my shit together,
It
okay?
helps make them more affordable for all Americans. Energy isn't just industry, it is the foundation of every other industry, whether it's food, manufacturing, clothing, transportation. And then also
So
when
I'm
you've got
guessing
the
you're on
ability
the
to
Duggan
generate
Rob?
not just energy independent, but energy dominant, we have the opportunity to sell energy to our friends and
It's got
allies
written
versus
all
them
over
buying
it.
from our adversaries.
I was
Our
so close to
adversaries
putting it all together
funding
before my cover got blown.
terrorism,
Anyway, here's what I can tell you. The Duggins
against,
are putting together some
our
kind of
allies,
next-gen computer
by
software.
their
That's
oil
how
and
they're
gas
fixing the
sales
price of
that
gas.
we're going through,
This thing is splitting
the
back
Swiss
rooms
cheese
everywhere, including the
sanctions. So
goddamn
your
Boss
creation
App
of the
data center.
National
It's
Energy
manipulating
Dominance
trade
Council,
prices,
only
supply,
half the
demand,
people
shipment
this people
delays,
serve on
rating
that.
agencies,
Everyone has been
public
engaged,
oversight mechanisms,
whether
you
it's
name
in
it.
interactions
It's even
with
pushing
negotiations
panic
with other
buying
countries,
using bots on social media.
putting
The
sanctions
Duggins
in
already
place to
have most of
actually
the tech
work,
they need, and they're out to buy
cutting
even more from the
deregulation,
FIB's
working
confiscated items.
on biofuel,
Whatever's
building
going on,
infrastructure for
we need to
transportation.
move on
There's a whole
it
range of
fast.
things that are being tackled, but when in the outcome of all that is that your the Biden administration was restricting supply, you're increasing supply. When you increase supply, the prices start to come down. And we have a huge opportunity to do
We've
this.
got a lot of heat.
Just in
Move them
interior
now.
alone, there's
We
500
can't have
million
local
acres
law
of surface,
enforcement all over
700
this.
million acres of subsurface, and 2.5 billion acres of offshore. And the Biden administration was trying to restrict this so that you couldn't get the timber lease, you couldn't cut a tree, you couldn't graze a cow, you couldn't develop oil and gas minerals, and you couldn't develop the critical minerals we need for our technology, for our defense industries, and to be able to help us win the AI arms race against China. So we're opening up this, and with your executive orders and your work, we've on Tuesday, a historic day, you ended the war on beautiful clean coal, which has been going on since Obama took office. China gets 60% of their electricity from coal. They're opening up they've opened up 94 gigawatts of coal in the last year as part of this AA arms race. 94 gigawatts, that's enough for 94 Denvers. To be able to, one gigawatt per metro area like that, it's unheard of. So we have an opportunity under your leadership to come back. The Gulf of America had its first offshore Weazel, which is scheduled for later this year, but that the industry loved that because we're now, the Gulf of America is now open for business again, and there's as much as 7 billion barrels of oil accessible now. They've increased the upside of what they think that is. On the coal front, the estimate is the financial value of the coal in America is $8 trillion. That was an asset on the balance sheet that we've now being put back on again. And of course, in Alaska, with your separate executive orders to unleash Alaska energy between ANWR, the North Slope, the Strategic Petroleum Reserve Alaska, all of those, we reversed my decision. Those are all open for business again. And all of this is leading to the investment coming to America. The smart money is coming to the U.S. That's why we've got trillions of dollars of investment that are showing up in the door because they know if they're going to do manufacturing here, there's going to be energy to power their plants. And so, again, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for everything you're doing.
I feel
Thank you.
a little faint.
Well, Mr.
Could you
President,
take me to the
one of the
hospital?
most important things I believe
Debrief's gonna have to
you'll
wait.
achieve in your presidency is reordering the world in a proper way. For 31 years, more than 31 years now, multiple administrations have allowed the Chinese to deindustrialize this country,
Thanks.
to take away jobs
Again,
from factories. And
hopefully my
pillars of our
intel
national
fills in some of the blanks. I'm
and
sure
what
you'll
you're
get a
doing
copy
now,
of the
I think, is
mission
great
report.
service to our country, but ultimately to the world. And I want to congratulate you on your team that's working on that because it has extraordinary geopolitical implications as you see from all these other countries that are now coming here and wanting to join something that actually is just crazy to allow. I mean, basically, we live in a world where Chinese companies can do whatever they want in America. But our companies cannot do anything over there unless they allow it, and even then they steal our stuff and reverse engineer it. So just reordering all of that has dramatic implications on the peace and security of the world, so we thank you. An important meeting, thanks to you, is going to happen on Saturday for the first time in a long time. There'll be direct talks between Ambassador Woodcock and a top-level leader in Iran. We hope that'll lead to peace. We've been very clear what Iran is never going to have is a nuclear weapon. And I think that's what led to this meeting, and we'll wait for him to come back from it, and we're hopeful about that. I would also say that we are receiving, and I think the Department of Homeland Security can confirm this, historic cooperation from countries all over the world. Number one, in taking back their citizens. Every country in the world has to take back people that are illegally in another country. We have countries that refuse to do it, or kind of ignore our calls. All of them are doing it. The ones that are not are paying the price. And we've also found cooperation in other countries that are willing to take some of these people, some very dangerous criminals. I know the President of El Salvador will be here next week. Has really been a good friend of the United States in that regard. These are some of the worst people you'll ever encounter. And Pam knows this, and Christy knows this from the work they're doing. And one last point I want to make, Mr. President, again, it's under your leadership, actually under your executive order. If you come to this country as a student, we expect you to go to class and study and get a degree. If you come here to vandalize a library, take over a campus, and do all kinds of crazy things, we're going to get rid of these people. And we're going to continue to do it. So when we identify lunatics like these, we take away their student visa. No one's entitled to a student visa. The press covers student visas like there's some sort of birthright. No, a student visa is like me inviting you into my home. If you come into my home and put all kinds of crap on my couch,